welcome to my Pampered Chef kitchen. So tonight we are making a totally plant-based lasagna with, it is a Pampered Chef recipe. I've made a few substitutions based on our diet. You can follow the recipe as completely as whatever you want to do. I'm often known to add things to recipes or maybe not put something in. And I often don't measure. So it comes with the old age. So anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to make the marinara sauce first, and then we're going to set that aside. So what I'm using is home-style pizza sauce that I bought at Lidl's that has no high fructose corn syrup in it, no certified synthetic colors, and there's no sugar. So perfect, because we're not doing sugar. So we're going to add that to the bowl. And borrow my spatula over here and get all the goodies out. Don't want to waste anything good. We're going to add 2 jars of the sauce. There we go. Easy peasy. Put it right in the bowl. It calls for 14 ounces, no, 24 ounces of sauce. It's a little more sauce than. And we're going to add Italian style stewed tomatoes. Also, we have 1 can to open. I did want to show you our easy open can opener that prevents you from getting cuts from the sharp edges. It basically goes around the top of the can and breaks the seal. There really is a seal. So we're going to just attach this here and start turning. Can you see that? So we're going to go all the way around the can. I just heard it snap, so. Then we just turn it the opposite way to release it. And we got these little pincher things right here. See them? They pinch the lid and pull it off. And voila! You have no sharp edges. Alright, I probably should have used a bigger bowl here, but since I hadn't made this recipe before, I didn't know. So now it calls for 3/4 of a cup of water. I just finished making bone broth today, and it takes 2 days to make the bone broth with the beef bones. So I have half of the bone broth in here and half of organic veggie stock versus using the water. What's nice about bone broth? It separates. Do you see that? Oh, my light just went off. I think you can still see me okay. All right, this is really full. So what we're going to add next is our Enrichables, which is the kale and fiber. And when you just need to kick up the nutrition value, because I honestly don't think any of us get 3 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day in our diet. I know I don't. So we're going to add that. To that, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of Nutritional Yeast Flakes. Because when you're not eating meat, you need the extra B12 vitamins that are in the Nutritional Yeast Flakes, and it adds a nice, nutty, cheesy flavor to whatever dish you're making. So this is perfect for lasagna. Oh, this is going to be fun. And then we're going to add a tablespoon each. These are our stacking spoons. Great for in the drawer so you're not looking for every individual spoon that's all over the place. So I'm adding a tablespoon of our everything but the pizza rub. It just came out and it is incredible. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of the garlic and herb rub. And then we're going to try and mix this without it going all over the place. That's going to be fun, because it really needed a bigger bowl. So we're going to get that all mixed up. You don't want anybody to know we put kale and fiber in the sauce. They don't need to know. Can you see what I am doing here? I'm mixing the sauce carefully because it's really right up to the top. So that's really taking my chances here with spillage and getting a proper blend. And we do want to properly blend this. Next I'm going to add, I just spilled it, okay. I'm going to add a couple shakes of Himalayan pink salt, freshly ground. These are our salt and pepper shakers. Of course, ground black pepper, fresh, is the best. So let's get that. I should have probably put that in before, but it was an afterthought. It doesn't call for extra salt and pepper, but Himalayan pink salt is so good for you because it has all the amino acids in it, and it's more oomph. Totally holistically recommended. So we're going to set this aside, and then we're going to do our filling. Now, it calls for ricotta cheese. Of course, that's what you put in lasagna. However, in our house, we're not eating dairy products except for goat cheese, which has been approved and recommended by our holistic doctor. So in this bowl, I have added the goat cheese, which is about 12 ounces of goat cheese. Then I added some Go Veggie plant-based cream cheese and some plant-based Parmesan shreds. So to that, I have also added plant-based Parmesan. These are really incredible, and the taste is full on. They melt. I can't say enough good about them. They're just awesome. So this is the Go Veggie plant-based mozzarella. Also really, really good. And we are going to add our eggs, which is, you guessed it, plant-based eggs. Go figure. So we're going to add about 3 tablespoons for each egg, which is, I've lost my tablespoon measure already. So we're just going to add, instead of 3, we're going to add 6 because I got a half tablespoon here. I don't know if you can hear that bombing in the background. We live near a military facility who test bombs. And honest to God, I don't think we'll ever know if we ever do get bombed because we'll just assume it's a test. And that's the facts. So now that we've got our egg mixture in there, we're going to stir this up. And authentic, plant-based lasagna will be next. So, because we're trying to cut calories, and because we're doing plant-based, and because we're not doing white flour for pasta, I have found a great alternative that we really, really like a lot. This is kind of a little too hard. I think I'm gonna just add a little more. See what I mean? I don't measure. Sometimes you just gotta go with it. Yeah, this is much better consistency now. So this is our glass mixing bowl. They come in a set, I think 4. And this is our stainless steel spoon, which I love because it's sturdy enough to handle a tough job like this one. So what we're going to do is assemble our lasagna, and we are going to use the deep dish baker, which is a special for our hosts in February. They can get it at 60% off. So if you are looking for a deep dish baker and you don't want to pay full price, host a party. This is beautiful enough to go from the oven to the table. And the inside is not glazed. I've used this a few times, so it's getting seasoned. So we're going to add some sauce to the bottom. Add sauce in there first. And then we're going to use our palmini lasagna. These are hearts of palm. They are really good. They really mimic the pasta, the best I've seen. I don't know about you, but I am not a fan of rice pasta because it's just gooey. And I don't like the gooey. I like the pasta to be slippery and just like regular pasta. So we are going to add the noodles next. These are the noodles. I've already drained the package. So we're going to just layer just like you would regular lasagna. And then we will put our layer of our cheese. I just use the same spoon. It doesn't matter, it's all going to the same place. And then we're just going to put our layer of cheese. My hands are clean, no worries. I washed them before I started cooking. You see what I'm doing okay? This smells so good. I can't wait to eat it. It's gonna melt and be all gooey and ooey. And now we're gonna put some more sauce. And then we're going to put another layer of our palmini. I can't wait to taste this dish. It's gonna be awesome because I have missed lasagna. I don't think you have to be like really, you know, making sure every square inch of the palmini, noodles, because the cheese is going to melt and spread, and it'll cover every square inch. More over here, and then some more sauce. so good. Yum. Smells good too. Wait till it starts cooking. Okay, we're gonna do one more layer because we're getting near the top. I don't think I'm going to be able to use all these noodles, but that's okay. We can use them for another dish. I'm so thrilled that I came along this recipe because we have been craving lasagna since we started our Let's Be Fit in January, and we're still doing it. Some people are, well, most of the time, I can honestly say I usually give up after the 31st of January, but we're trying to be good, so we'll see. So I'm going to use up all this ricotta mixture because I can't use it for anything else, I don't think. So it's probably going to have a little too much, but you can never have enough cheese. Not in this house. And when it's good and plant-based, it's better. So this layer's got a lot of cheese, because I wasn't sure how this would spread out throughout the whole dish, so I went sparingly at first. It looks like I am going to use all the lasagna noodles, so yeah, it doesn't matter what they look like when they go in because you're not going to see it. So that's that. Now our last layer of sauce over the whole thing. Well, I think we need to invite the neighbors over because this is way too much for 2 people. But I would say a family of 6 to 8 this would feed. But we love leftovers. So, and I've always cooked big because my grandmother taught me how to cook. And my grandmother had 6 children she cooked for. And she ran a tenement building for the iron workers that built the bridges in New York. She charged them room and board. So when she cooked in a 12-quart pot. Go figure. Now this is, you guessed it, plant-based mozzarella slices. I'm going to put that on top because, like I said before, you never have enough cheese in this house. Cheese is good, but this cheese is even better because it doesn't have any hormones in it, it doesn't have any antibiotics in it, it's organically grown. I'm not going to put that last piece of cheese on it. So there you have it. Easy peasy, going in the oven. 400 degrees for about 40 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes. And then we'll come back and plate it. So here we go, we're going over to the oven. Oh my gosh, this is heavy. Put this in the oven. 45 to 50 minutes. Alexa, tell me when 50 minutes are up.
50 minutes, starting now.
So there you have it. Tune in later. We'll be serving. Earlier I talked about making bone broth. Super easy to do, but you have to be patient. Slow cooker, on low, 48 hours. Literally just bones that you're going to get all the marrow out of, and a few carrots. You don't even have to peel an onion. You don't have to clean, don't have to peel the carrot. Throw the celery in, leaves and all. Maybe mushrooms if that's what you want to add. And water. Well, actually I use organic vegetable broth because I like to pump it up even more. So that was added to the sauce tonight. This little tool, big tool, I call it, the Tim drainer, helped me get all of the bones out, squeeze the marrow through, and lift the carrots and vegetables out. So you're basically, when you do bone broth, you're only eating bone broth for its nutritional value. So therefore you don't want the other vegetables mashed into it, because your digestive system works on digesting that rather than absorbing all the nutrients and potassium from the bone broth. Bone broth is delicious. It adds so much flavor to whatever you're cooking. Soup, sauce, beans, chili, and it's, like I said, it's really easy to make. And you add your seasonings accordingly to whatever you want it to be seasoned to be like. We're all not alike, so I wouldn't even go into that with you. But this tool also helped me gather up the bone broth, and it strained for me into these containers. So here you have it. This is extremely healthy. It's what the doctor ordered. 1 serving a day, provides an immense amount of potassium. You're gonna love it. It's so good. So in these little jars, you can see the fat is starting to rise to the top. So once I refrigerate this, which I'll refrigerate it before I freeze it, the fat will solidify and I'll be able to pull it off in a big chunk. So you're not getting any fat, just the nutrients. And this made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 servings. So that's pretty good. And that's the skinny on bone broth. Well, she's out of the oven. She's rested 15 minutes. She's still pretty hot, but not too hot that I can't touch. But I do use the silicone mitts. Thought I got those out, but I didn't. They're like little shark bites. Sorry. I'm just pampered, not perfect. Anyway, the silicone trivet that you can see right there is perfect for setting these on your counter. So before we plate this up, and it smells so amazing. I'm not kidding you. I'm pretty fussy about my lasagna and my sauce and any kind of Italian food. This is the bomb. It's so good. You've really got to try it. It's so super easy to do. But before we do that, I don't know about you, but I like a little glass of red wine with Italian food, especially sauce. So I had really previously opened this, but what happens when you stick the cork back in is you can't get it out. So now we're going to just release the cork. It's that easy. Pampered Chef makes it easy. So here's your little cutters. These are the feet. It sits right on it, so you never lose it. And I don't know about you, but I like my red wine aerated, just to remove some of those tannins and that bitter taste. Sometimes red grapes leave behind. So let's pour a glass. It pours slower because it's aerating. So let's pour a glass of aerated wine. Thank you to Pampered Chef. Thank you for the recipes. Thank you for the fabulous kitchen tools. Thank you for this recipe that I'm about to enjoy immensely, because not only did the smoke alarm go off, which always means it's a great recipe because it just bubbled over with all the ooey gooey cheeses, and I'm gonna give it a little taste. So, love the scoop. It's been in there already for one serving. So scoop it out. It's not gonna be restaurant style pretty, but it's gonna be oh so delish. You ready? You wanna taste? I'm gonna taste. Oh my gosh. This is a killer recipe. You've got to try it. The recipe will be in the comments below, as well as the shopping link. Best dishes.